نفر کشته شدند، بسیاری چندین هزار بیشتر زخمی و مجروح و بسیاری بیشتر بازداشت و زندانی شدن. تعداد اعدام ها رو دیدیم که چقدر همینطور روز به روز افزایش پیدا کرد. بعد از تمام این حرفا گفته میشه باز هم نگرانن. خب پس این اقدامات چه نتیجه ای داده؟
دقیقاً به خاطر اینکه همون مشکلاتی که گفتم وقتی در جامعه حل نشه، در واقع این سرکوب ها فقط یک درمان موقت از طرف حکومت هست. این ریشه های مشکلات باقی هست. حالا جدا از مسائل سیاسی، فشار روزافزون اقتصادی باعث شده که قشرهای دیگه ای از طبقات جامعه هم به این اعتراضات سیاسی بپیوندن و الان هر گونه در واقع مشکل اقتصادی و معیشتی هم به سرعت ممکنه که یک رنگ و روی سیاسی بگیره، همونطوری که در اعتراضات گذشته دیدیم و به نوعی فرافکنی حکومت است و این نشون میده که با اینکه سرکوب بسیار گسترده‌ای کردن، به طور مشخص هزاران نفر رو کشتن، 29 نفر دست کم فقط اعدام شدن در مورد اعتراضات این ماه تا کنون، اما نشون داده که با وجود این همه اعدام و سرکوب باز هم این نگرانی در میان نیروهای امنیتی جمهوری اسلامی وجود داره و همونطور که گفتید به نوعی دارن خودشون هم اذعان میکنن که این سرکوب‌ها تا حالا نتونسته نتیجه بده و همچنان امکان اعتراضات گسترده در ایران وجود داره.
رگه هایی از تلاش برای ارتباط با بدنه جامعه رو به خصوص در صحبت‌های رهبر پیشین جمهوری اسلامی علی خامنه‌ای می‌دیدیم. مثلا دم انتخابات که میشد میگفت حتی اگر مخالف این نظام هستید بیایید پای صندوق‌های رای و رای بدید. حکومت الان در شرایط فعلی نشانه‌ای می‌بینید از اینکه تلاش کنه رابطه با مردم یا این شکاف رو مدیریت کنه بلکه کمتر کنه؟ یک دقیقه لطفاً.
من نشانه مشخصی نمی‌بینم. حتی در روزهای گذشته بود که حتی در مورد حجاب هم سختگیری‌های بیشتری صورت گرفته و قرار صورت بگیره و خب انتخابات هم که همیشه غیر آزاد بوده، زندانیان سیاسی همچنان در زندان هستن، اعدام‌ها داره افزایش پیدا میکنه. من نشانه مثبتی از طرف حکومت نمی‌بینم و وقتی حکومت با مردم خودش آشتی نکنه به هر حال باید منتظر اعتراض گسترده باشه و این هم همونطور که گفتم هیچ ربطی به خارجی‌ها نداره. یک مشکلی است که خود ایرانی‌ها دارن و به دنبال حلش هستن. نباید هم با سرکوب روبرو بشن که متاسفانه میشن ولی متوقف شدنی هم نیستند.
President Biden has signed an executive order establishing the Presidential Commission on the United States Space Academy. The commission will be led by the NASA administrator. Its goal is to design a federal academy led by NASA that combines technical education with leadership and discipline. Officials say the academy will focus on creating a durable commitment to public service. New images released Friday show armed men on small motorboats moving toward the Strait of HORMUZ. The Iranian news agency ISNA reports the men are members of popular forces and are displaying Iranian flags. The boats were seen passing ships stranded in the Persian Gulf. This comes just one day after President Trump announced that mine-clearing operations in the southern strait are complete and a safe route has been secured. New video shows a woman narrowly escaping a blast during a wave of Russian drone strikes on Kyiv. The attacks hit the capital and surrounding regions, damaging homes and warehouses. Footage shows several cars engulfed in flames following the strikes. Authorities say the drones targeted multiple locations across the area. Details on casualties are still emerging. Iran's Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei is warning government officials to stop using rhetoric that weakens public morale. Khamenei says any actions that harm social cohesion are strictly forbidden. He is urging officials to project strength and resilience. The Supreme Leader warned that airing internal weaknesses only serves to benefit the country's enemies. A special interview with Princess Yasmin Pahlavi is airing tonight. She provides a personal account of life in Iran and the ongoing struggle of the Iranian people. The program broadcasts at 10 p.m. Homeland Time. You can watch it on television and the National Revolution of Iran YouTube channel. It will also be available on the official X and Instagram pages of the Office of Communications and Media of Prince Reza Pahlavi. President Trump has signed a commemorative plaque that will be carried to the moon by American astronauts. The plaque marks the United States' return to the lunar surface. It also symbolizes the planned start of a permanent human presence on the moon.
If you don't mind, just for those that haven't had a chance to see this yet, if I could show the plaque the President signed. This will be the America Has Returned. Under the leadership of President Donald J. Trump, and with the hopes and dreams of all mankind, here marks the beginnings of humanity's first outpost on another world. Signed, President Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. Thank you, Mr. President.
Former FBI special agent and CIA officer Tracy Walder is speaking out on what she calls the worst intelligence failure in modern history. Walder says the breakdown in intelligence fundamentally changed the course of the United States. She is now detailing how those errors occurred and the lasting impact they had on the country.
There's got to be other cases like that where the government was given a tip, didn't follow through, and then now you're stuck sucking your thumb.
If you want me to be totally honest with you, I'm like really going back, but it would be September 11th, right? Where the the CIA became aware of the individuals who were entering in the country and didn't pass those names and investigate them to the FBI. And like, that's a problem. And now obviously we know what happened as a result of that. And so people can die as a result of this. People can be harmed, and people for life. And so I think, that's just like obviously the biggest one, but I'm sure if I really thought about it for a long time, I could give you more examples.
Well, that is an outrageous ball drop and has changed the history of our nation. And I pray for the families affected and those who lost their lives. How do you think that the American public regains their trust in the government when you look at things like that?
It's hard because obviously at the CIA, there are some things that for the public safety do need to remain classified because we're trying to run these operations that make our country ultimately safer. And that's okay. It is okay to keep that information classified. I don't know that the public needs this like full open book, right? But at the same time, we are not prosecuting individuals like Jeffrey Epstein, who we have this plethora of people coming forward. We're not releasing documents all at the same time, and we're not releasing them when they're supposed to be released. That does nothing to like bring America's trust back. And so holding to these deadlines of releasing, not keeping things classified for longer than they are supposed to be classified for, I think would probably go a long way in bringing at least a little bit of trust back.
President Trump shared a lighthearted moment with an astronaut aboard the International Space Station. During the call, the president complimented the astronaut's mustache, calling it beautiful and saying he would like one himself. The exchange reportedly left those in the room laughing.
Would you like to say with that beautiful mustache? I want to get a mustache like that. Would you like to say something? Go ahead. Would you like to say?
Absolutely, sir. I appreciate it. The mustache is a lot of fun. You definitely have to have one in space. It's great in microgravity. It's in the great tradition of naval aviation. And if you're going to start an academy, I graduated from the Naval Academy. I'm sure they're more than excited to support it and have it on board. And we're excited to be a part of the American space program. You're in MCC right now. Within 50, 100 feet of you are some of the finest minds that we have at NASA, and they're backed up by hundreds and thousands of more people at Johnson and Kennedy and all the centers.
Murat Piker has left his position as an aerospace engineer at Boeing after more than 10 years with the company. Sources say Piker worked on several sensitive U.S. military projects and held a top-secret security clearance. His work reportedly included the Next Generation Air Force One, the E-6B Mercury Nuclear Command Aircraft, and E-3 AWACS surveillance systems. Piker is the brother of political commentator Hassan Piker. A second judge has struck down a proposed redistricting amendment in Maryland. The ruling blocks an effort by Democrats to redraw the state's congressional maps. This marks the second time in recent days that a court has ruled against the plan. The move would have impacted the state's last remaining Republican seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. Legal analysts say the decision preserves the current boundaries for the time being. A new report from Reuters reveals a growing gap between China's ambitions for humanoid robots and their actual capabilities. The examination finds that manufacturing capacity is now outpacing commercial demand. This has led to a market where key players rely heavily on government subsidies as prices continue to fall. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says Tehran will not abandon its pursuit of retribution for the death of former Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Speaking at an International Islamic Unity Conference on Friday, Araghchi declared that Iran would never let the blood of their leader go unanswered. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says the death of Ali Khamenei will not go unavenged. Speaking at a meeting with guests of the Islamic Unity Conference, Araghchi stated that Iran will never forgive and never forget. The foreign minister compared the movement to avenge Khamenei to the legacy of the third Imam of the Shia. President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Friday to establish a new national institution called the U.S. Space Academy. The president says he will select a location for the academy soon. NASA astronaut Victor Glover presented President Trump with a NASA flight jacket today. The gift was given on behalf of the Artemis II crew. Glover noted the jacket features the Flight Operations Directorate team from the astronaut office. It also includes the Artemis II mission patch, along with patches for the 45th and 47th presidencies.
Mr. President, when we were in your office, and you were so gracious to us, lavishing us with gifts and so much of your time, we had mentioned getting you one of these blue flight jackets. And so here we have your jacket today. And you'll notice the NASA, we affectionately call this the NASA meatball. But on the sleeve, you'll see the team that we are a part of in the astronaut office, and that is the Flight Operations Directorate. There's a lot of neat symbology on that patch, and I can explain it to you, or some of the team can later. Underneath that, you have the Artemis II mission patch, which we told you a little bit about. And then you've got 45 and 47 patches, which represent that vision that Reed was talking about earlier. And so we are people of our word, and it is great to be able to give this to you in front of everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Poland is calling for a faster build-up of its military defenses. Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski says the move is necessary after Russian President Vladimir Putin broke previous promises not to invade Ukraine. While current assessments suggest a direct Russian attack on NATO's Baltic nations is unlikely, Sikorski warns that past assurances cannot be trusted. The Polish foreign minister says the country must accelerate its defense revitalization to prepare for future threats. Tensions are boiling over in the Spanish enclave of Ceuta. Local residents have destroyed a migrant beach camp in North Africa. Witnesses say the group tore down tents and burned personal belongings. This comes as the region struggles to recover from a massive surge of 72,000 people who crossed from Morocco. Authorities say the majority of those migrants have since returned home. Russia's gasoline production plummeted to just 70% of domestic demand in late August. Sources say the drop follows a series of drone attacks on Russian refineries. The shortfall has created a significant gap in the country's internal fuel supply. Officials have not yet commented on the long-term impact of the strikes. Murat Piker has left his position as an aerospace engineer at Boeing after more than 10 years with the company. Sources say Piker worked on several sensitive U.S. military projects and held a top-secret security clearance. His work reportedly included the next-generation Air Force One, the E-6B Mercury Nuclear Command Aircraft, and E-3 AWACS surveillance systems. Piker is the brother of political commentator Hassan Piker. Russian President Vladimir Putin is questioning Europe's heavy investment in electric vehicles. Putin says experts in Europe are now wondering if they made a mistake by focusing so heavily on EV technology. He suggests the future of transportation likely belongs to hybrid engines. Putin added that gas-powered vehicles will remain a priority for Russia.
Эксперты в той же самой Европе сейчас размышляют над тем, о том, правильно ли они сделали, что все свои усилия вкладывали именно в электротранспорт. Сейчас там большой вопрос возникает. Сейчас не буду в детали вдаваться, но вы меня это знаете. Да, поэтому будущее, скорее всего, за гибридными двигателями. А для нас газомоторная, конечно, мне кажется, наиболее перспективная.
Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is considering recalling hundreds of senior military leaders to Quantico for another major address, according to the Wall Street Journal. Hegseth is expected to outline new Pentagon priorities and potentially announce new military directives. A similar gathering last year focused on prioritizing warfighting, reversing diversity policies, and implementing tougher fitness and grooming standards. Reports are emerging of growing dissatisfaction among military personnel, including those loyal to the regime. A third lieutenant in the law enforcement force was recently recorded criticizing his living conditions and low salary. Despite the complaints, the officer emphasized his continued support for the regime and the revolution. These reports come as inflation continues to impact the ranks of the armed forces.
بنده ستوان سوم رضا توسلی بعد 15 سال خدمت این نباید شاملم باشه. این نباید باشه که تو صبح باید برم گشت زنی. من از شما خواهیم، من به بالاترین گفتم، به فرمانده شهرستان، به سرکلانتر، به همشون گفتم که آقا در خصوص وضعیت معیشت ما یه اقدامی، یه کاری انجام بدیم. این حقوق من بیاد بریم ببینیم. کد پرسنل 42 808 31 حقوق من بوده 38 تومن. کم شده با چیزاش شده 21 تومن حقوق من. آیا با این 21 تومن من میتونم تا آخر ماه وسایل مایحتاج فقط خوردن رو تامین کنم؟ بالاتر از شما دیگه کسی دیگه نیست که من به بالاترین به سرکلانتر میگه بالاتر رفتم شهرستان میگه بالاتر، استان رفتم میگه کار از دست بردن یا تهران. حالا تهران سردار اگه صدای من همیشه به شما دارم میگم خودتون بچه این داریم. اما به فکر معیشت بچه ها باشین دیگه. بنده منو گذاشتن آقا من با سطح سلامت نگاه با سطح سلامت 2 با بچه من که جز معاصرین هست با 45 کیلومتر از خونه دور باید دم سر کار شیفتی شبیه تو فیش حقوق من نوبتکاری ندارم. چه وضعی؟ رفتم پیش جانشین، پیش رئیس، میگم بابا شیفت نوبتکاری من رفتم نوبتکاری حداقل یه تا چیزی هم نیست 1,500 کلو برای من رفته میگه جایگاه نداره کلانتری. من جلو همکارم آقای زهیری دارم میگم، من دارم تو آقای زهیری این هم دارم میگم وجدانم دیگه به اینجا رسیده که دارم این دارم میگم. حالا اگر میخوای باید بگی ضد نظام یا ضد انقلاب یا فلان هستی، نه من هم نظام ها دوست دارم هم انقلاب ها دوست دارم، نه ضد نظام هم نه هیچی. آقا به فکر باشید
South Carolina and North Dakota are the latest states to restrict what SNAP recipients can buy. Both states are now banning the use of food assistance benefits to purchase junk food. They join a growing number of states implementing similar limits on taxpayer-funded food programs. Officials say the move is intended to promote healthier eating habits for those receiving benefits. Here are the top headlines for this hour. A federal judge has again denied former President Donald Trump's effort to have his New York criminal case dismissed. In a separate legal development, the former president has lost a bid to erase his hush money conviction. On the domestic front, President Trump is establishing a commission to design the United States and has signed an executive order to create a new academy. He is also scheduled to speak live with astronauts aboard the International Space Station. In immigration news, authorities say Milo Yiannopoulos has been detained. Meanwhile, the Syrian president has appointed the former commander of a Kurdish-led force as an advisor. And in Russia, Sberbank expects more rate cuts and higher growth this year, despite ongoing attacks from Ukraine. The Israeli Defense Forces have frozen plans to send 10,000 reservists home for the upcoming high holidays. At Channel 12 reports the move comes as tensions remain high in Judea and Samaria. Military officials say the decision reflects ongoing security concerns across the territory. The reservists were originally scheduled to return home in 2 weeks. President Trump is sending a personal message to the astronauts aboard the International Space Station. In the message, the president congratulated the crew and praised the courage required to carry out their mission hundreds of miles above Earth. President Trump called the astronauts great Americans and great patriots, telling them that they have amazing courage.
This is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston, this is Station. We are ready for the event.
Well, this is a great honor. To be with you is a great honor, and I just want to thank Jessica, Anil, Jack, great Americans, great patriots, brave people. I wouldn't do it, I will tell you right now. I hate to admit it, I would not want to do it, but some people love it more than anything, and you have amazing courage. And the job you've done, even to be selected, along with your fellow compatriots. You have some very good friends on board, too, from different places, and I don't know if they're hearing us, but just welcome them also. But I just want to congratulate you. And today, you know, we announced a very big thing because we're going to do a very special academy. And whether it's West Point, Annapolis, the Coast Guard Academy, if you look at the Air Force Academy, we're going to have an academy for what you people do. Everybody in this room would be excited, and it'll be at the same level.
President Trump has called the International Space Station to speak with astronauts. During the call, the president praised the crew for their courage and the work they've accomplished. He congratulated the astronauts and sent his best wishes to their fellow compatriots on board the station.
Honor. To be with you is a great honor, and I just want to thank Jessica, Anil, Jack, great Americans, great patriots, brave people. I wouldn't do it, I will tell you right now. I hate to admit it, I would not want to do it, but some people love it more than anything, and you have amazing courage. And the job you've done, even to be selected, along with your fellow compatriots. You have some very good friends on board, too, from different places, and I don't know if they're hearing us, but just welcome them also. But I just want to congratulate you. And today, you know, we announced a very big thing because we're going to do a very special academy. And whether it's West Point, Annapolis, the Coast Guard Academy.
A Haitian woman is speaking out today against the United States government. Speaking in limited English, she claimed the U.S. is a dictatorship built on the labor of black people. She argued the country cannot exist without them and accused authorities of criminalizing black immigrants. She also alleged that children were deported to Haiti yesterday.
Because we understand there is no United States of America without us. We understand that this country was built on the back of black people, and we continue to hold that truth. As we see, we live under a dictatorship that is criminalized immigrants, specifically black immigrants. Understanding yesterday they deported U.S. children born to Haiti in the middle of the crisis. We say no more. We must stand united. We must stand on behalf behalf of those suffering, because we must make sure that the dream that MLK started continues. We are...
President Trump has connected astronauts aboard the International Space Station with their families on Earth. The president facilitated the phone calls to allow the crew to speak with their loved ones. This marks a rare moment of direct communication between the White House and the crew currently orbiting the planet.
Special to two people at least. And do you want to say hello? Come on over.
Hi, it's Anna. Great to see you guys up there. We love you guys. You're doing a great job.
Hi, babe. Have a good time up there. We'll see you soon.
It's not bad, right? How could I let them stand here and, they want to say hello and you want to say hello. Who needs Trump? We want to say hello to them, right? It's an honor. This was a big day, and it's a big day actually for our country. And you have some tremendous plans.
Norway is mourning the loss of King Harald V. The monarch has died at the age of 89, ending a 35-year reign. His life spanned a transformative era for the nation, from his childhood exile during the Second World War to his efforts to modernize the monarchy. King Harald was also well known for his competitive sailing career and his marriage to Queen Sonja. Officials say his legacy is defined by his leadership through a changing Norway. Iranians living in Spain gathered in Madrid on Friday to protest the Islamic Republic. Video obtained by Iran International shows the crowd chanting for freedom. The demonstrations are part of ongoing protests by the Iranian diaspora against the government in Tehran. President Trump has called the International Space Station. The president spoke with astronauts currently orbiting the Earth. Details on the conversation are still emerging.
Are you feeling well being all the way up there?
Well, first of all, that is very exciting news. We are thrilled to hear it. It's the first we've heard of it as well, and we want to welcome you on board the International Space Station. We and all of our colleagues are very thrilled to have you up here today. We're all doing very well. We've been in the middle of several spacewalks, and we're getting ready for another one next week.
Joint Base Andrews has activated a new helicopter unit. The 5th Helicopter Squadron officially began operations Thursday. It will be the first unit on the base to receive and train with the HH-60W Jolly Green II. This new aircraft is designed for advanced combat search and rescue missions. A Ukrainian Air Force F-16 has departed Belgium after undergoing depot-level maintenance. The aircraft is an F-16AM model. The update comes from the open-source intelligence account OSINT Technical. President Trump is sending a personal message to the astronauts aboard the International Space Station. In the message, the president congratulated the crew and praised the courage required to carry out their mission hundreds of miles above Earth. President Trump called the astronauts great Americans and great patriots, telling them that they have amazing courage.
This is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston, this is Station. We are ready for the event.
Well, this is a great honor. To be with you is a great honor, and I just want to thank Jessica, Anil, Jack, great Americans, great patriots, brave people. I wouldn't do it. I will tell you right now. I hate to admit it. I would not want to do it. But some people love it more than anything, and you have amazing courage. And the job you've done, even to be selected, along with your fellow compatriots. You have some very good friends on board, too, from different places. And I don't know if they're hearing us, but just welcome them also. But I just want to congratulate you. And today, you know, we announced a very big thing because we're going to do a very special academy. And whether it's West Point, Annapolis, the Coast Guard Academy, if you look at the Air Force Academy, we're going to have an academy for what you people do. Everybody in this room would be excited, and it'll be at the same level.
An Israeli security source is reporting that a plan to create pilot zones in southern Lebanon has failed. According to the report, Israel informed the United States of the failure through security channels. The source says the Lebanese army failed to destroy any Hezbollah infrastructure using coordinates provided by the IDF. Israeli officials are reportedly expressing growing dissatisfaction with the Lebanese army's efforts to target Hezbollah. Israeli security officials say the first 3 U.S.-brokered pilot zones in southern Lebanon have failed. According to a report from Walla News, officials claim the Lebanese armed forces have not done enough to destroy Hezbollah infrastructure after taking over the areas. Because of these failures, Israeli officials say Tel Aviv is in no rush to approve additional zones. A Haitian woman is speaking out today against the United States government. Speaking in limited English, she claimed the U.S. is a dictatorship built on the labor of black people. She argued the country cannot exist without them and accused authorities of criminalizing black immigrants. She also alleged that children were deported to Haiti yesterday.
Because we understand there is no United States of America without us. We understand that this country was built on the back of black people, and we continue to hold that truth. As we see, we live under a dictatorship that is criminalized immigrants, specifically black immigrants. Understanding yesterday they deported U.S. children born to Haiti in the middle of the crisis. We say no more. We must stand united. We must stand on behalf of the suffering, because we must make sure that the dream that MLK started continues. We are...
A team of Iranian women took second place at the World Backgammon Championships in London on Thursday. The group advanced to the finals after competing against 15 other teams in the women's division. Organizers say the team did not officially represent the Islamic Republic of Iran. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is considering calling top military leaders back to Quantico. According to the Wall Street Journal, the goal would be to outline his priorities and issue a new set of directives to the force. This would mark a second summoning of the military's highest-ranking officials. President Trump has called the International Space Station. The president spoke with astronauts currently orbiting the Earth. Details on the conversation are still emerging.
Are you feeling well being all the way up there?
Well, first of all, that is very exciting news. We are thrilled to hear it. It's the first we've heard of it as well, and we want to welcome you on board the International Space Station. We and all of our colleagues are very thrilled to have you up here today. We're all doing very well. We've been in the middle of several spacewalks, and we're getting ready for another one next week.
Tensions are rising inside the Islamic Republic as a power struggle intensifies between two factions. One group is pushing for diplomatic negotiations, while another is advocating for a more aggressive war-footing approach. The internal divide raises critical questions for Washington and Jerusalem. U.S. and Israeli officials are now weighing how to respond to these shifting dynamics within the Iranian leadership.
شما الان ببینید وضعیت بنزین رو، خودتون در جریانید. رژیم با کمبود شدید منابع مواجه، ذخایر استراتژیکش هم کم هست.
A breakthrough in hostage negotiations may have been driven by a secret direct line of communication. A senior Shin Bet official and Hamas official Ghazi Hamad reportedly established a direct phone channel in August. Both Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Hamas leadership approved the move. Sources say dozens of calls helped overcome major obstacles in the talks. This direct contact is credited with helping Hamas agree to the January deal. One official noted that while outside mediators brought the Israeli Prime Minister on board, this direct channel secured the agreement from Hamas. Iran is raising the price of its third-tier gasoline. President Masoud Pezeshkian told state media that the cost will increase from 5,000 to 10,000 tomans. The president says the move follows coordination with various government institutions and organizations. Pezeshkian added that the price for this tier of fuel will not exceed 10,000 tomans.